look at my eye. Look at it. I look like I've been punched. I think I've got an infection in my eye. It's not nice. It's not like nice. It's about the same color as my t-shirt. It's not. It doesn't feel good. I'm currently waking up with one eye stuck shut, basically, at this point. But we're going to talk about something here today, guys. Talk about rivalries in Call of Duty and who I feel going into the Black Ops 4 season does really have a bit of a rivalry that I'm really looking forward to see. Games I can't wait to see. I mean, we know that the competition is very, very high this year, but I think there's a few things as well that's going to make some good storylines, because I know you guys like storylines, and we like to talk about storylines all the time. So I just thought I'd bring up some more that, if you're not aware, are relevant as we go into the scene. Let's get the obvious one out of the way. 100 Thieves and OpTic. That has to be, for me, the biggest rivalry going into the Black Ops 4 season. Nadeshot, obviously previously of OpTic Gaming, eventually does bring his 100 Thieves side, a good 100 Thieves side, into the scene. It's a very, very strong roster, and although there's not necessarily any roster ties between these guys, although a Slasher and TJ you got in there, I suppose, but I think you look at it from an organization perspective, and I know that they'll probably play it down and they'll say, all right, yeah, no, there's no bad blood here. There's not. I don't think there is. I don't think there is any bad blood, but there is an inevitability that these two teams are going to be the most two popular teams in terms of rosters, in terms of organizations within the scene this year. That is of no doubt. 100 Thieves, Nadeshot's going to bring over his fans. Every single one of them are going to be supporting 100 Thieves. OpTic obviously have the green wall. They have hundreds of thousands of fans as well. I think that you look at it from that aspect, and then you look at the rosters as well. A lot of people are saying on paper that these are the two best rosters right now. I'd argue that, but I mean, I actually made a video comparing them, and I compared a couple of players who weren't necessarily going up against each other because I got my facts wrong. But at the same time, I think I slightly give it 100 Thieves with these two, but I just think that you look at these rosters, the powerhouse players, the powerhouse organizations, it's going to be such an interesting one to watch. I said, I did make a video. I'm going to link it somewhere here, probably. I might forget, but check that out and see what you think of my thoughts of 100 Thieves against OpTic. Now, moving into the second one. Now, this one, I feel like there might be a little bit of bad blood between these two. I say between these two, I think between one player in the organization. That's going to be LG against E United, and I, of course, am talking about JCap. It seems as if Nadeshot revealed that they wanted 100 Thieves did want JCap, and that was always likely. Everyone seemed to think that he would be a good fit for that organization. However, it never happened. And nobody really knows why, but Nadeshot spilled the beans and said, look, we tried to get JCap, and LG just didn't want it to happen. They didn't speak to him. They didn't speak to Nadeshot, and it just seems as if there's a sour taste in the mouth there. JCap is either left or being dropped to go on to E United. He'll definitely want to beat that LG team. That new LG team looking very, very strong, of course, bringing in Gunless into that team and bringing in Classic to replace JCap. A very, very solid squad, but JCap find himself on this E United team. Very, very strong too. We've got Arcides, Pristini, Clayster, Abizi, and of course JCap. I think JCap's got a lot to prove against this team. If it is the case that he was dropped, I might just be talking rubbish here, but it seems as if there is definitely an issue between these two. JCap is not happy with what happened in LG. So let's see. I think it's something to keep an eye on, and I'll be really, really interested when we see these two teams match up. Let's move into the third one. And I think this one is actually, for all I talk about bad blood between JCap and United, JCap and LG, it's more towards the organization on the front of JCap. I don't think he probably holds anything against his former teammates or anything like that too much anyway. So I think realistically, I said that's more of an organization thing. Whereas this one seems to be a little bit more personal. Let's talk about Reciprocity and Mad Catz team. These two have links, of course. We mostly know that it's due to one player, but Reciprocity, formerly Unilad, did have Alex in their team last year. Alex is one of the breakout stars of the whole year last year. For me, I think him leaving that Reciprocity lineup, I disagreed with it at the time. I think you look at the lineup that he's in there now, and you could say, right, yeah, it's a good lineup. But you've got Mad Cat in there, Dave in there, two of the main reasons he would have left to join this team. But it doesn't seem to have went down well with the Reciprocity members. Alex leaving was... I mean, I remember when he was tweeting out saying, like, or it looked as if people were leaving, and I was messaging the guy saying, what's going on? Like, well, why is somebody leaving? And it was like, oh, it's Alex. He wants to go and team with these other guys. We don't really understand it. And I mean, I didn't either. They had a good year last year, and he turned around and said that he doesn't believe that that team could win events. So now he's onto this team with Mad Catz, Josh, Dave, and Petey, I should say. I don't think it's really an upgrade for him. I think Reciprocity are a very, very good squad. They've managed to get themselves 2 other players into the lineup with Tommy and Den's coming over from Australia. Both these teams are very, very good, but I do rate Reciprocity higher than Mad Catz team currently, the one that Alex has moved into. But it doesn't seem to have gone down well with the Reciprocity members, of course. I'm really interested to see if there is any trash talk between these two when they do play against each other. I know for a fact that Shawnee is very much wants to beat this time every single time we've seen them play. You can see every single time we've seen them match up online, which is only a couple of times so far, but Reciprocity get very aggressive with it. They always play, and they always go very, very hard when they're playing against them. So I think they want to make sure that they go ahead and beat Alex. I'm really looking forward to seeing these two match up throughout the year. Guys, that's going to be it for the video. Just a short one today. Sort of like in this off-season when we're waiting for patches to drop, we're waiting for league play to come out, everything seems to have settled down on the rosters front. There's not really any gossip I can tell you about or anything like that. It's quieting down. So for now, we're just going to be doing little videos here and there, talking about and trying to build up the season coming up. I'm super excited for it. I've been playing Black Ops 4 until my thumbs and my eye bleeds, apparently. I mean, look at that. It looks awful. I haven't left the house today. I was about to say I haven't left the house today because of it, but let's be honest, I haven't left the house today because I've been playing Blackout. But guys, we will see you very, very shortly. We'll be putting up some more videos throughout this week, and we will see you then. Guys, we'll catch you then.